Hey everyone! Sorry I'm about 15 minutes late. I got the screeners for the upcoming episodes of Titans quite late today, so it threw me off, and embargo is at 3 a.m. when it drops, so I was working on that, but don't worry, I will have that Titans episode 7 reaction up for you guys right at 3 a.m. per usual. I just have to edit that after I am done with this live, but I'm so glad to be here and chat with you guys about all sorts of things. But most importantly, you guys, Marvel Zombies is here. Marvel Zombies is here. I'm so freaking excited. This was one of the best episodes, for sure, for me. Not the best. I think episode 4 takes the cake on that one. I'll give you my ranking in a minute. But first, I want to say hi to everyone I see in the chat. Ted is here, dropping all the lovely like, subscribe, notification bell. Like, thank you, Ted. So appreciate that and glad you are here. Tyler is here and Caroline is here. Hello. Oh, I have a ton of these. So I'm kind of obsessed with Marvel Zombies, like a little bit. I have been for a very long time. I love the comic books, all of them. I believe there's 5 trade paperback stories, and I absolutely adore them. I have a Wolverine, like, zombie that's actually a statue. It's like heavy duty statue that it's back there, but I posted a picture on my Instagram if you guys don't already follow me, Mama's Geeky, and then I also posted it here on YouTube and my community. I see some other people are joining. Jahan, thank you. Hello, Mr. Mojo. Hey, I was just chatting with you in the comments earlier before. Yeah. Oh, thank you. Dope Destiny. Hello. Nice Funko, says Tyler. And listen, I'm so obsessed. I think I have like all the Funkos. And then I have the little ones. Okay, which way do I go? Oh, that's the wrong way. But you see those? All those little ones you can see, like that's a Scarlet Witch, that's a Hulk. You can kind of make them out back there. Those are all little zombie figures. Oh man, I gotta fix this squeaky chair. Those of you that have been around for a while know that this chair has been squeaky for probably over a year, right? But I love it. It's so cute because I love the SpiderMan. See it? Oh, that's a good ab workout. I should just do this the whole time. Oh, that is a good ab workout. Okay. Anyway, sorry guys. Chadwick. Oh, my Chadwick, says Ted. Listen, I didn't know we were going to see him again. And what if? So I think he recorded 4. It's either 3 or 4 episodes, and I think it's 4 episodes. And there are, what was this, 5? So there are 5 left. So we are halfway through. We're halfway through, and I'm loving What If so far. I really am. I'm curious, you guys, your rankings. Why don't you drop them, and I'll give you mine in a minute. But yeah. Oh, Caroline, you saw Shang-Chi. Oh my gosh. Well, I hope you really liked it. What are your thoughts on it? I really, really liked it a lot. And my plan was to talk some spoilers. So hopefully you all have seen it, but we'll get to that a little later anyway. And I'll give a fair warning if we do get into spoilers. You are really cool, Sister Dustin. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. It was great to chat with you earlier, says Mr. Mojo. This episode was crazy. So you think it was that best episode by far, Funny Edits. Okay. When am I next going to come to the UK? I've never been to the UK, Matthew. I would love to go to the UK. I want to go overseas so badly. My plan was to go to the UK and Europe and all these places. And then the pandemic hit and it turned into, no, you can't do those things. Sorry. Unfortunately. So, wah. But hopefully eventually I get out there, Matthew. I really, 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 really want to. So how many episodes are left? So I think there's 5 left because there's 10. And this was episode 5. So there's 5 left. So we're halfway through. I'm excited though. I'm excited. So, okay. So for me, my favorite was episode 4. It was the Evil Doctor Strange. I just really loved that episode. And I think it sets up for a lot of the future. And I think that it's going to, I really think we're going to get this Doctor Strange in the MCU. And I think that he's quite possibly the Doctor Strange that we've seen in the No Way Home trailer. But who knows? Because everything is crazy. So who knows if we'll actually get that? But maybe that's just wishful thinking. But that's what I think. So I think Doctor Strange has such a large impact on the future of the MCU that episode is my favorite. Then we've got Marvel Zombies very close behind, like neck and neck. That is my favorite. My second favorite is episode 5. So then I would say episode 2 because, come on, you got T'Challa, you got the Star-Lord. Like, I loved that episode, T'Challa, Star-Lord. And then episode 3 which was super dark, which is why I liked it. And then episode 1. But I did enjoy them all. I just think 1 was a little slow, a lot for a setup. Dope Destiny says, do you think Zombie Hunter Spider-Man will return? I really hope that we get, because we have 5 stories in the comic books, I would love to see just a zombies episode every season of What If, which I think would be really fun. So it'd be fun to see him popping up that way. It would be fun if it was always Zombie Hunter Spider-Man. That would be great. I do hope that this is how we get Deadpool zombie head. That would be amazing because I do love me some Deadpool zombie head, but who knows? Am I going to watch Malignant? I've heard it's crazy. Avoid spoilers. Okay, I plan to watch it. Yes. My original plan was to go see it on Friday. Now I'm going up to TIFF, to the Toronto International Film Festival. I'm going to be seeing Last Night in Soho, and I'm going to be seeing Dune, which I'm so excited about. So I probably won't see Malignant until maybe sometime next week. But I do plan to see it. Yes, absolutely plan to see it. So I'm trying to avoid spoilers as best as I can. I know they are supposed to be sending me a press box as well. So I'm excited to get it and to see what's inside. Episodes 2, 4, or 5 are probably my favorite. I haven't quite decided yet fully. No, those are my 3 favorites too, Mr. Mojo. I'm with you. Dope Destiny says episode 5. Yeah. Okay. Episode 4. Okay. Episode 2, 3, 1. It seems like we're really close. You just have 5 ahead of 4. But very similar. Very, very similar. Ted says, I've said it before. Tony was captivating. What a gift from Western Honesty to get to see him. Listen, he was so good in this. Like, he's so good in Shang-Chi. I love him. And I love a good villain. And I think he was such a great villain because he wasn't actually like a villain. I don't know. I loved it. Walker Dead is here. Hello, hello. Eric Shaw's here. These episodes get better and better. It's crazy. That episode broke you, Jahan. Listen, when Bucky said, I guess it's the end of the line, I was like, I can't believe this is making me cry. Like, it full on made me cry. If you guys have seen my reaction, you know that. I was completely surprised. What do I think about the new Spider-Man coming out? I'm super excited about it. Can't wait. I think it's going to be crazy. And things are getting crazier and crazier and crazier and crazier and crazier. And they're just going to get crazier. This chair is so loud. Okay. Hey, can you please tell me why it's always Ant-Man and his family troubling Avengers? In every single universe, it is. It's always Ant-Man, isn't it? It's always Ant-Man. Come on, Ant-Man and your family. Like, what are you doing? That's fair. That's very fair. We see battle damage suit for Zombie Hunter Spider-Man and posters, so I think he may return. Listen, that would be amazing. IMAX No Way Home trailer. Showed it wasn't Matt Murdock. Yes, I saw that. But whatever. I'm mad about it. But I still think he's going to be in it. It just makes sense for him to be in it. Hey, Leo is here. Let me put my headphones in. I'm going to bring him in. I'm so excited. Okay.
Hey. What's up now?
You made it. We're talking about, I want to know, okay, tell me your ranking of the What If episodes.
Oh, okay. I just dropped it in the chat this morning. So my ranking is 2 is number 1 easily for me. That's just so sentimental to me.
Yeah.
5, this most recent one.
I know.
Tessa, it was so good. I could not believe what I saw with this most recent episode. Then after that, I think I'm going to go with 4. I was a little reluctant at first to put 4 up that high, but I was like, it was really good. The Doctor Strange on Strange showdown was excellent. And then 3 and then 1.
Okay. See, so for me, it's 4 because listen, talking about Doctor Strange, I really think this could be the Doctor Strange we saw in the No Way Home trailer.
Yes.
So I'm like, I feel like this has the best connection to the rest of the MCU, if that makes sense. Mm-hmm. So as I think 1 also does, because I do think we're getting that live action Captain Carter that is rumored as well. We'll see, but I think we are. So your face. That's great. So I think for me it's 4 and then 5. Like, it's the same as like Loki WandaVision. Like, they're so close that they're almost touching, that it's really hard to pick the one I like better. So that's how I am. So I'm 4, 5, and then 2, and then 3, and then 1. That's
3 and 1. It's not like they're bad, but like 1 played it so safe.
Right.
It was basically just Captain America with Peggy.
And it was the intro. It was like their way of like, here's our first one.
And I thought that was a good idea. You don't want to put like the zombies as episode 1. Then it's like,
right.
well, okay, we've got Captain Carter next week, and you're like, oh, great.
Right, exactly. Like, oh, okay, awesome. So I get why they did that. And then 3 I liked because it got super dark. Like, just killing everyone was crazy.
I mean, and 4 was dark too with the ending. I was like, this is a what-if comic.
And this one was dark too. Like, I like when they go dark. I mean, this one literally had them eating each other. Like, this is crazy.
Yo, when Banner's just like looking and he's like, hey guys, and they like come through the portal and they're just like eating on the Black Order. He's like, oh, I think that's a little overkill.
I loved that. But when I first saw it, I was like, wait, why didn't they just do that with a portal in Iron Man, like when in Endgame? Like, why couldn't they just kill him that way? But you know, whatever.
So I thought it was interesting that the zombies were still using their abilities, and I'm like thinking
that's
to
from
myself,
the
just from zombie media, and from the comics as well. They don't necessarily even think, they just like use the ability, so they're almost stronger than they would be when they're human, because they're not even like thinking twice about holding back or anything like that. Like, they're much more savage in them zombie forms.
They're crazy. They're so much more savage. Like, they don't care. And then even like Wanda, how cool was Wanda? Oh my gosh.
Can we please get a longer Hulk versus Wanda Maximoff battle? Like,
oh my gosh. I mean, it was so quick, but it was so good. And just her there, like, well, how about she totally like felt for Vision too? Like, as a zombie, she had that like she was looking at him, and you could tell when she was like pushing away the bullets, it was more like, give me a minute with Vision. I thought that was super interesting.
Like, she still had some feeling for Vision, even being zombified.
Yes. So I was saying earlier, what would be fun, because there's like 5 comic stories, right? There's I think there's 5 zombies. But there's like 5 or 6. There's a few. How cool would it be if we got a new zombie story every season?
Oh my God.
Of What If.
That would be awesome. Honestly, I'm kind of hoping that like they may continue a few of these.
I know.
Like, I definitely seems like the Avengers is going to be continued before the season ends. But I feel like the zombie one, you can go off with.
You can do whatever.
You can't really do much with the Star-Lord one, but if Chadwick Boseman were still with us, you could also expand that one. Like, I feel like each of these have a beat at the end where you can kind of play to some more strengths on the next one.
I know, it's crazy. I love it. Tyler, real quick, thank you so much for the super sticker.
Hey,
I appreciate it. And Ted immediately after. Poutine donation while you're a tip. Yes, I know.
Oh,
I'm so bummed you're not coming up this weekend, because I would get to meet you in person.
Yeah, I was supposed to come up. Well, I could have come up this weekend, but unfortunately I was supposed to go to a work meeting, and that got canceled after I got my ticket. So I'm like, well, I'm just going to go the weekend I can go. Shoot.
I know. I'm just so sad, because I'm like, man, it's like, I know, so close. We're just missing each other. Oh, well.
Would have been like a 2-in-1. I would have got to meet you and Amanda.
I know.
On the same weekend.
I know. Oh, well. There'll be other days. There'll be other festivals. There'll be other times. But I was like bummed. So, but I'm just going to go. I was telling everyone earlier, so I'm going. And Friday night, I'm going to see Last Night in Soho. And then Saturday, I'm seeing Dune. And then I'm driving home. So I'm just going for a day and a half. But I'm excited, though.
Last Night in Soho looks so
it looks crazy.
Good.
That trailer we just got today.
I didn't watch the trailer.
Oh, you didn't? Okay. It does feel, I was going to say, I feel like it gives a little much.
Yeah, I heard from a friend that it gives away too much. So I was like, okay, I'm just going to go ahead and.
Yeah, so don't watch it.
Yeah.
So, okay. But then again, you never know. It could have like a complete twist, and you're like, this is nothing. You got that information in the first 10 minutes. You never know. Sometimes they do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true. I mean, Marvel is notorious for putting fake scenes in trailers. So.
Yes. Well, like Hulk in Endgame, he wasn't, or in Infinity War,
when he's like running with they didn't even use that shot.
I know.
What a missed opportunity for like all of them to just like run at Thanos with that shot. But
I know. And then they're like, no, we're good. Well, that was just
also a deleted scene in Infinity War where the Hulk was gonna be in the Buster costume, so it was gonna be like Hulk inside the armor. And I was like, dude, because like they talked back and forth in the armor, kind of the same way, but then like Hulk actually comes out and saves Banner in this deleted scene. I'm like, man, Come on, why'd y'all take that out, man? We needed us some Hulk in that movie, man.
I know. Well, they had him in What If? They had him come out, so I guess that was good.
He's been in what, 2 What If episodes now? I'm like, dang,
Yeah,
Hulk,
he
has
has.
screen time.
Yeah, because he was in 3, right? It was
3.
It was 3. Yep.
Like, okay.
Real quick, because I didn't. When you just popped in, why don't you let everyone know where they can find you?
Oh yeah, what's going on, guys? I know a couple of y'all from the chat. I see Andrew, Tyler in there. But you can find me over at Geekly Goods on YouTube, and then now on Twitter, I've corrected my username, Tessa. I'm just Leo_Rydell, and then Leo.Rydell on TikTok and Instagram.
You're not rejected, Leo, anymore.
No, because like a coworker hit me up, and he was like, "Why are you rejecting Leo?" And I was like, "Well, I got rejected from Twitter," and he's like, I don't like that. And it kind of made me feel a little soft as well. So I was like, all right, well, I'll go ahead and change it.
All right. Look
like, you're not a reject.
Yeah, you're not. Look at Ted says you already sound like you're Canadian because you're apologizing.
I'm sorry, Ted. I'm sorry.
Oh, yes. I'm really looking forward to Soho. I think it's going to be crazy. Like, I think it's going to be nuts.
Oh, it's going to be so good. Like, I mean, Edgar Wright already has some that I just absolutely love. Scott Pilgrim.
I love Scott. That's one of my favorite movies of all time.
Period. I think it might be my favorite
good.
movie-going experience because I went with my best friend since childhood and the guitarist of my band at the time. And like, we were just living it up because we're all super geeks, love arcades, stuff like that. And then it's like music plus that culture. Like, man, it was just perfect. Like, how do you get any better than Scott Pilgrim when it comes to like a video game movie? That's the standard for me. I'm like, okay,
right?
Can y'all do Scott Pilgrim? Free Guy did pretty good, but
Free Guy did pretty good, but Scott Pilgrim is still better. It's so good. Just the visuals and like the whole movie is just fantastic.
Chris Evans is in it.
Chris Evans, I know. It's so good.
Wasn't that before Cap? Like a pinch before Cap?
It had to have been. Huh? It was gotta have been around the same time, right?
Because you could tell in the movie he's like kind of stacked up. I'm like, what's Chris doing?
I love it. Caroline's asking if I'm genuinely excited for Dune. I absolutely am excited for Dune. I'm really looking forward to it. I think it looks amazing, and I have the graphic novel, which I haven't read yet. And I saw the other movie. And if you can call it that, it was crazy and weird. And I was like, what is this? But I'm excited for it. I think it's going to be really good. And just to see it on a big screen, I'm exciide. Aren't you excited for it, Leo?
I'm sure you're excited. You're going to Canada for it. So
exactly. I'm literally going to Canada, which is crazy. It's a 4.5-hour drive. When I drive into New York City to see movies, it's between 5 and 6 hours, depending on traffic. So it's closer for me to go to Canada.
You might as well just go to Toronto to see these movies.
Right. What am I doing? I might as well go hang out with Manda all the time and go watch movies with her.
Hey, sounds like a good time to me.
For real, it does. Because isn't that crazy that it's closer for me to go to Canada than it is to go
to
the city? The only thing is I don't know how long it's going to be a wait crossing the border right now. Hopefully it's not too bad, but
I'm flying, so I'm not.
Oh, you are?
What's going on there? Yeah, but I already can foresee the airport process taking a little while,
Well, because they're going to have to check everybody's stuff when you get off the plane.
You got to have a test, your vaccine card, your ID, of course, your passport. And then when you go to the airport, I've landed in Vancouver before. They do question you while you're there. Like they'll be like, "Oh, what are you doing in Canada today?" And if it's like, I'm just kind of bullshitting. I'd be like, "What are you doing, buddy?"
But that happens when you cross the border in the car too, and we're always like, "We're just here for the weekend." But we live in New York, so it's like when they look at our stuff, it's probably they're like, "Oh, they live." A couple hours away,
right?
But
they're always got their chest out, trying to be like, "So what are you doing here?"
We always try to joke with them, and they're like, they never have it. They
Let
don't.
Me in. Shoot, I'm a little bit. I'm like, man, I wish I could see Dune in Canada. I'm not gonna make it, but at the same time, I'm excited for some more indies that I'll be seeing. So
yeah, what are you gonna see?
I've got a couple earmarked. I don't know the exact names of the movies. To be honest with you, I think one of them is The Salon, and it seems like a pretty good little movie. I've got a few earmarked. I'll send them to you, but I've got a few that I was like, oh, this sounds kind of cool. And then I think one of them was called like Wolf Boy, where this kid is like trapped thinking that he's a wolf and was born and raised a wolf and stuff. I'm like, okay, let me see what's going on here with this.
Yeah,
so I'm pretty excited, man. I'm actually really excited. I do wish I was going for the like height of the festival, but no biggie.
That's okay. You'll see some stuff, I'm sure, and stuff will be good. I do love a good indie movie, especially, because like sometimes they're so underrated and you're just like, wow, this movie was actually like really good.
you stumble upon a movie like 9 Days or Minari at a festival. Both played at Denver Film Festival. You're feeling happy about it. Like
9 Days is so good. That was one of my favorites, I think, of the year. Like, I love that movie.
It's just like beautiful, the meaning of life and how it explores just kind of how, ungrateful we could be. Mm-hmm. Such a large gift that these 7 or 8 other individuals have to actually compete for. And man, Winston Duke and Zazie Beetz. Zazie Beetz needs more roles, first and foremost.
Yes.
I'm like, why? She's been in Joker, Deadpool. I'm like, what are we doing, man? Give her some more stuff, because her and Winston Duke together were absolutely incredible.
Yes.
The ending was unpredictable. I did not see that person being chosen.
Yeah, no, same here.
And the way that they kind of build her up to almost be like the perfect candidate was like just immaculate. The great cinematography, amazing shots.
Yes.
I love the look of it. And I love that we don't necessarily see outside of their setting much. Like when they're gone, they're gone. Like there's no like, oh, let's go to hell and see what.
Right, exactly. Ooh, that would be a good follow-up. I'd be interested to see. That would be interesting.
Well, 9 Days part 2. Huh?
9 days in hell. No, that's awful. No.
9 days burning your ass off.
Right, exactly. But no, I love Zazie and Winston. I think they're both such versatile actors that like you see them do roles and you're like, these are 2 completely different roles and they're so good in them. Like they're such talented people. So
and why don't they have more? Like Winston Duke, I feel like same thing. Just kind of get sidestep. The Dad and Us, M'Baku. I'm like, give this guy some main meat, man.
I know. Well, we'll see with Black Panther 2. They said he is coming back. So, and without T'Challa, maybe, although they'll probably sideline him again. Who knows?
I'm worried about BP2 a little bit.
Are you?
Yeah, I guess part of me just wants to know like what they're gonna do.
I know.
But there's some things that I would be super down for, and then some that I'm like, maybe let's not do that.
Yeah.
I'm kind of worried they're leaning more on the maybe let's not do that side.
I'm gonna have to talk to you and see what your thoughts are, because there's some stuff that like I don't know. I get why they're not replacing him. I'm just curious how they're going to explain it right off the bat.
Yeah, because you can't really go through the movie with him that much. I mean, I guess the only scenario I can see it playing out sort of smoothly is if somebody else is in the armor and they just kind of have like a scene or two.
Right.
Maybe they even got Chadwick to do a voiceover. Who knows? I mean,
right.
What if he's got a few more episodes, I think. But
yeah, he did. Yeah.
We'll I'm a little worried. I don't want to go too far into details, but I've heard things about Shuri and Ironheart, and that's cool. Hey, I'm down with that, but just this passing the mantle, I'm concerned. I'm worried. I'm worried. I'm a little worried.
A little worried. I always say I try to trust in Kevin, and hopefully they figure a way to make it make sense. Maybe it'll be, because Kevin Feige knows what he's doing when it comes to this stuff. Although the only thing is he's obviously had a plan, and that Chadwick passing definitely had to have disrupted his plan. So he had to like pivot, I'm sure. And like, hopefully it's just as good as it was gonna be, or at least it will work. Hopefully.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But we sit here and say this and we're like, oh my God, Shang-Chi, and we're probably gonna be the same about Eternals. So.
I know. I'm sure. That's true. Oh yeah. So when is Atlanta even coming back? Like, I've been waiting for the next season of Atlanta for so long. I'm like, yo, what are you doing?
They're filming now.
I love that show. But like, Yeah, but then also like he was doing all these other, I don't even know, all these other things. What's his name now even?
Donald Glover.
But is it Donald Glover or is he Childish Gambino or is he
when he does music, he's Childish Gambino. Everything else, he's Donald Glover.
Okay, is that how it works? See, I don't know these things. Okay.
I got you.
Thank you, Leo. Thank you. I know. I'm like, I don't know. So, because I wasn't sure, is he going to be credited as Childish Gambino in the show? So I guess not. Okay, so Donald Glover is too. But I was like, man, I like that show a lot. So I was like bummed that it feels like it's been a long time since we got the previous season.
Yeah, it's a bit of a bummer, but it's like a lot of these are just.
I know.
A lot of these shows kind of had to take a backseat,
I'm sick of it.
We were supposed to get WandaVision in like November last year or something.
I think we were. Yeah, I think we were. You're
man,
right.
that got pushed. Marvel said we're pushing the whole slate forward, yo.
Oh man, all of it. It's killing me. It's killing me. I really don't get it. So Sassy Beats need to play Misty Knight.
Ooh,
I could see that. That's a good casting.
I actually, she's one of the characters casted in the Daredevil or in the Netflix entire universe that I would not like to see go. I thought the woman who played her was incredible. Mm-hmm. Her, Colleen Wing, Matt Murdock, and Frank Castle, I think don't need to be recast. I think
the only thing is, are they willing to? Probably. I mean, listen, if Marvel comes to you and is like, hey, do you want to be in the MCU? I would say yes, but maybe they've got other stuff they're doing.
People on Twitter talk about Shang-Chi Part 2 bringing in Iron Fist. I'm like, Colleen, do not bring back Danny Rand to Finn Jones.
You're like, no. I never watched it. I was told, just please stay away from it.
It's just... I've never seen a martial arts show where the opening graphics has better martial arts than the actual.
No, you did not just say that.
The opening graphic where he's all being peaceful and moving with the wind. I'm like, all right, this is amazing. Where's that in the show?
That's funny. That's funny. It's not even in the show. Oh, that's sad.
Yeah, the quality's horrible.
I never watched Euphoria yet. I want to. You haven't? I hear such good things about it too. I haven't. I don't
get on that. Mayor of Easttown has been pumping and jumping.
You haven't seen Mayor of Easttown? Mm-mm. You haven't?
No. Have you seen
it? Yes, I've seen it. What are you doing? Tessa. Come on. You got to watch it. It's really, really good.
It's only what, like 8 episodes?
Yeah, and it goes by really quick. And it's one of those ones where like, because it's like a mystery and you're trying to figure out the killer, basically, you're going to be like, oh, you want to get to the next one. And oh, you want to get to the next episode. You know what I mean? Like they always leave with a cliffhanger that you're like, all right, I got to watch this. And Evan Peters, Ralph Boner is in it. I mean, how could you not want to?
Okay. Are you riding with me? Because I think he could still be Quicksilver.
I would not be mad if that happened, but I don't know that it will. But I would.
Jimmy comes in and he says, I'm looking for somebody in the witness protection program.
Right.
Never says who. And then when she's like, she reads the paper and she's
true.
like, Ralph Boner. He like giggles a little bit. I'm like.
He does, but he laughs at his own name. He goes, Boner. Like, did he pick that name for himself?
I mean, and then later on, he's Peter Maximoff.
I know. All right. I mean, listen, I wouldn't be upset by it. I certainly wouldn't be upset by it. I want him back in here somehow. Anyway, they can bring him back in here. Like, because listen, he's an actor, so he could be like on TV or something.
He's just a random TV show host.
Come on, that would be so funny. You know that would be funny. Like, people would love that. Or he's like in a commercial for like, I don't know, Viagra or something in the background.
We've got this little blue pill that works a lot of magic for you, fellas.
I mean, it would work with his name. I'm just saying. That would be very funny. Dan says it looks like the Russos are fighting with Marvel now. I saw some of that stuff, and I don't know how true. Some things that go out there, I just don't believe half the stuff. Like, I'm sure they're a little... Well, okay, so this is what Ted says. They're a little gun-shy because of the ScarJo lawsuit, and I can kind of get that. I don't think it's going to end up being an issue. I think they'll come back, and I don't see why they wouldn't.
Let's be real.
They're gonna do Cherry again. Come on.
Money talk. Oh.
Listen, they know the MCU is good to them. Why would they not come back to that?
You saying what are they gonna do? Cherry again?
You know what I mean? Though I'd be very surprised if, and like you said, money talks. Like they'll come back.
Cherry. Okay, here's my problem with Cherry: the first third and the final third. Everything in the middle, I was like, all right, I'm down. He comes back from the war. He's struggling. He's robbing banks. Like I was like, okay, this is kind of. If the movie started with him coming back, robbing the bank,
right,
do all that, ended after the last bank robbery or whatever, it all catches up to him. Boom,
right,
we're good. All that prison stuff and
it was so weird. That like aging up on him was awful. He looked so ridiculous. I was like, what technology is this?
He looks like he dressed up as his grandpa for Halloween.
Right.
I tried my hardest to do my makeup like you, Grandpa.
Oh my God, that's exactly what he looked like. He looked like he did it himself. It was like, what is this?
I mean, did he? How the Rosie did? Maybe he just came in and was like, guys, I gave it a shot. Don't it look pretty good?
Oh my goodness, you're exactly right. I mean, I didn't hate Cherry. Like you said, the middle is really good. It was unnecessarily. Why do all these movies just want to be super long? It's like there's no need for it.
Everybody wants to be Zack Snyder, apparently.
Oh, geez, Louise, it's crazy.
And then, did you get the Snyder cut on 4K? I still ain't got that shit.
No, I didn't. I mean, who's gonna sit there? It's one of those things. Like, yeah, it was great to watch it once, but I'm not spending 4 hours of my time to watch this again. I'm not gonna do it. Like, it's not rewatchable. I will not watch it again. There's no way. Have you watched it more than once?
Shit, no.
It's too time
you know
consuming.
What? Okay, I lied. I watched it like 2.5 times because I watched it once. And then I watched most of it with Manda for the reaction, and then that was it. Like, I was like, dude, I'm not.
Yeah. I watched it once all the way through, and then going back and working on my review, I would find bits and pieces to rewatch. But that was it. I didn't sit and watch the whole thing again.
Let me ask you this. Would you have rewatched it at all if after release, maybe a month or so after, HBO Max split it up into episodes after?
Yes. I think that was a brilliant idea, was to put it as 4 1-hour episodes. That would have been better.
I understand wanting to get it out the way. I get that part of it because I wanted to get it out the way too. But if they just ran its course, let it run its marketing course for a month, whatever, and then split it into the chapters.
Yeah.
I'd be going back.
I know, me too. And then I'd rewatch my favorite chapters more. I would have watched it so much more.
Yeah, man. It just didn't have the rewatch with that length, but shout out to James. What up,
I was just gonna click his thing here, and hey, James. Oh boy, Daniel's here now. Why are we talking about Johnny Lawrence? Johnny Lawrence is the best. Okay,
wow. Cobra Kai.
That feels like a jump from Zack Snyder, but sure. I mean, I must have been some conversation up top that I missed, but I love Cobra Kai. So. I know you like Cobra Kai too, don't you? Or do not? You do. You don't?
Oh my God, I love Cobra Kai.
I thought so. I was like, wait a minute, do that?
It's one of my favorite TV shows on right now, so absolutely. I think this next season, Miyagi-Do and Eagle Fang are going to lose.
Yeah, I think that makes the most sense.
I mean, it would be weird to bring back Terry Silver from Karate Kid 3 and Mike Barnes from Karate Kid 3 and just throw them in and be like, Cobra Kai still somehow lot. Like, come on now.
I know.
They're gonna let them kids damn near kill each other.
They will. Oh, 100%. And isn't there another season? Isn't it already renewed for another season after this one?
5.
So they're definitely gonna lose. I can't imagine though.
Right. It'd be weird if they won and then Cobra Kai's like, we're gonna go back into the shadows. Like,
yeah, no, it's gonna be crazy. I mean, what's his name? Already almost died.
Miguel.
Miguel, yeah.
I think what's gonna happen is Robbie, Johnny's son, is gonna be driven over the edge by Terry Silver and John Kreese, because I think they're gonna let him open up and be as violent as he wants. Which is not what he needs. He needs love, care, attention, like Daniel was giving him. Right. Unfortunately, that relationship has been severed, and now I really think they're going to let him go damn near lethal in that tournament.
I know it's gonna get crazy. I'm excited though. So I never watched. So when this was weird, when season 3 was coming out, Netflix actually emailed me and was like, "Hey, we want you to review this," and I was like, "But I haven't watched seasons 1 and 2 yet." But okay. So they were like, "We already added it." You know how sometimes they'll just add them in your account without asking you. Yeah. So I was like, well, now I have to watch seasons 1 and 2, and I hadn't seen any of the movies either. So then I watched 1, 2, and 3 like in like a 2-week span because of when embargo was. I had to. I was like, I have to watch this so quickly. Then I watched the movies, and I was like, oh, that was like an interesting way to watch it.
Oh, you didn't watch the movies first?
No. Because I didn't
wow.
have time. I had like 2 weeks until embargo, and I had 3 seasons to watch. So I was like, But I will say, watching the seasons without watching the movies first, like they do a good enough job of, and I knew stuff anyway, just from,
from pop culture, like, like the, wash the windows.
Right, exactly.
Sweep the leg and all that, like, all that.
So I thought they did a really good job of like, people can totally just hop in on Cobra Kai and not have seen the movies, which I like.
They really use the footage from the previous movies incredibly well.
Yeah.
To where they like give you context to where like the relationships are, and they don't make a ton of like deep cut references that much. I would say this last season was like the deepest like cut, season 3, because you got Chosen from the second movie and you've got Kimiko from the second movie as well. But I would say seasons 1 and 2 definitely don't even need to watch any Karate Kid.
Right.
Maybe seasons 3 through 5 though might be a little different because they're bringing in all these characters. Terry Silver and Mike Barnes are from the third one, so it's like they're bringing in all these people. It might be helpful.
Might be right.
You could still explain it without even going through the movies, just sprinkling in clips where they need to be. I'll say this: Karate Kid 3 is not it. It really is. Ralph Macchio looks way too old for that role.
Yeah,
and he's supposed to be like a year from 2, and I'm like, nah, fam, I'm not believing that he is still 18 years old. That dude looks 27.
He's 27. I know. Well, that's the thing when they do franchises like this and they keep the same actor for so long. Like you have to film these close together if they're going to be close together. Like you got to keep going. You can't, because people age, and then there's certain moments, certain people will age so quickly in like a small number of years. You know what I mean?
Well, the problem with Ralph Macchio is he was older than he looked. I think he was like 24 or 25 in the first one. Like he's super duper young looking. So they got a dude who was like old, but looked mega young. And they thought, oh, we can stretch this out for as long as possible. Like, no, his age can catch up to him.
Right. You're exactly right. That's what happens. Oh, look. Yeah. So this is something I want to talk about. Oh my God. It made me tear up. When he said it's the end of the line, I was like, no, they did not just pull that line and make it like he just cut his friend in half and was like, this is the end of the line.
Tell me why during my reaction I was like, they did not just use that. It's the end of the line. I'm like,
I know.
They didn't have to kill his homeboy. Like,
it was awful. It was so sad. I was like, oh my gosh, this was like really made me like cry. I was like, why is Marvel Zombies making me cry? What are they trying to do? Is your reaction up yet?
Nope.
It's still not up?
It keeps getting blocked. I don't know what I can do. I'm gonna do one more time, and I added a couple little tricks this time. Like, okay,
because I want to see it. I know. I had like the notification for yours, and I was like, oh, I'll go to that later. And then I went and I was like, where did it go? And then I saw you talking about it in the chat. I was like, oh man. Listen.
I can't believe oh, Lucky. That shield is
it was crazy. I couldn't believe it. And man, just seeing them fight though was really cool. Like seeing Bucky and like Zombie Cap. I was like, they had a lot of great fight scenes in this one.
Oh man, yeah. You got Wanda versus Hulk. You got Bucky versus Cap.
You got Wasp just exploding people.
Yeah. Yeah.
She goes, I have Sharon on me. I was like,
guys, I got Sharon all over me. She's a great voice actress, actually. Evangeline Lilly. I felt it from her. I was like, oh, okay, you got some spunk.
Yeah, I know. I was I will say none of the voices have bothered me, like replacements either. Some are way more obvious than others, of course.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like Black Widow, she didn't even try. So I was like,
didn't the Spider-Man sound like he tried to be Tom?
Yeah, because I felt like you could hear it every few words. Like every so often there were certain words that you were like, oh, I feel like he studied how Tom said that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Similar diction, similar like tone inflection and stuff. Like,
that's what I mean.
Very
like
Tom Holland.
Yeah, I think they did a good job. I mean, I've seen a lot of people complaining about it, and you just got to think, like, do you know what their budget would have had to have been to bring all these people back? It would have had to been ridiculous.
Yeah.
For they might as well have done it live action. Like, I mean, so that's why with animated they can get away with so much more. And during the junket, Kevin Feige said they knew it had to be animated because they were revisiting so many sets.
Yeah.
Because they're taking changes from previous movies. Like, how are they going to rebuild this set that they used 20 years ago, 10 years ago, whatever, for the first Iron Man? Like, you can't do that stuff, you know? So, like, it's easier to just have someone draw it.
Were you kind of surprised at first that Paul Rudd was back? I was like, oh.
I was very pleasantly surprised, but I was also like, if anyone would do it, like, I can picture him. Like, he's like, yeah, cool, I'll do it. You know what I mean? I can see that. Oh, Baba Yaga. That was so funny. The Baba Yaga stuff was killing me. Oh my gosh. And yes, I got Futurama vibes too.
Yeah, totally.
So I was really hoping for Deadpool head, and I was so mad we didn't get it because he's in the comics as a zombie head that they carry around.
Oh, that would be awesome, actually. They just changed it to Ant-Man this time.
I know, but wouldn't it have been so good to just have that be the first, like, Deadpool in the MCU officially, like, technically? That would have been perfect.
I'm like, when are we going to see him?
I know. I just felt like animated would have been the easiest way to bring him in. You just add in one little scene, you get him to voice something real quick, and you throw it in, and something animated in What If is the easiest way to make Deadpool canon. Yep.
And I like that Baba Yaga was referenced, and he's like, the witch, and Wanda was there.
Wanda was there. It was so
this guy is mystical or something.
I was so happy he was back. I was like, it's so, oh man, it's so good. So good. Okay. So let's see. We're going to talk about Shang-Chi real quick, I guess. So it's fantastic. Absolutely. So good. Tony, I think, is one of the best parts of it. Honestly, I loved Wenwu. I didn't think he ever really played a villain in any of it. Oh, he hadn't? Okay. The reason he's so good as a villain is because, like, which is why any villain is good, is when they don't think they're a villain, right? Yes. He is doing this solely because he wants to save his wife and his family. Like, that's his reasoning, which is so good. I think that's why he works so well.
Wenwu was a conqueror, though. He was going around taking out cities and stuff.
At first.
Yeah.
He then he changed.
And said, I need to get my wife back. And was like, I'm going to burn down this city to go get her.
That's true. Yeah, that was a little extreme. That's a fair point.
Like, God, he just turns around. He's like, burn it to the ground.
Yeah, I
know. But I'm like, he has more expression in his face than most people do in their entire body.
I know.
He knows how to work that villainous magic and just have that swagger, that charm that makes you feel for him. Even when he's beating down guys, he threw that one dude in front of Shang-Chi, blasted him right in front of him, and I was just kind of like, why did that feel so evil to me? Like, that should have been like, bruh, this is over the top. But I was like,
Right. I hear you.
Okay, yes. Go ahead, bro. I should be cheering for you, but I see you.
I know. He was so good. And that one scene where, and spoilers, guys, but I did say at the beginning there'd be spoilers for it. So if you haven't seen it and you don't want to know, because this is like a real major spoiler one that I'm about to say, the one scene when he's getting like his soul sucked out and he's just like looking at Shang-Chi and the thing's holding him in his face. Like, I love just his face. You talk about his face, like, and he passes the rings to him, was just like, oh man.
And that was so satisfying to see that happen, because not even about 30 minutes earlier, Michelle Yeoh was like, you got to embrace both sides. You're going to inherit both your mother and your father's spirit. And it's like, he gets the rings, has the mother's spirit to control them. It's really, really dope. Like, Tony Leung just incredible. Okay, so I have a little gripe that's going to be controversial.
Ooh. Okay.
I think they could have did the movie without the Great Protector, to be honest. Like, I would have been A-okay without the Great Protector and the Soul Sucker and the last battle just being Shang-Chi and his father. Yeah. Where it got, like, ridiculous. So, like, when Shang-Chi controlled the rings and he had them on, he's, like, gathering this blast, and he drops them all. I'm like, that would have been a cool opportunity for Wenwu to say, I'll show you what thousands of years of training has done to me. And just
and then
forth, hand to hand for a while. No rings, no magic, just like hand-to-hand combat, father and son.
That would have been cool.
Imagine if you get a 5-minute battle like that. Then, yeah, they want to bring out the Soul Sucker. That's cool. But, like, a 5-minute battle, maybe Wenwu almost wins, or Shang-Chi almost wins, doesn't kill his dad. Then the Soul Sucker happens, and he jumps in front of the Soul Sucker for his son. Man, I just be thinking shit. I'm spoiled, Tessa.
I know, that's true, but that's really good. That's really good. I mean, I get what you're saying. They definitely could have done without it. I like I thought it was cool. Like, there's a dragon in the MCU now.
Yes.
Like, for sure. That's cool. And does that mean, I don't know.
You know, we got to get Iron Fist back now. It's like, okay, we got dragons in the MCU. We got to get Iron Fist back. But please, no Finn Jones.
But
Shang-Chi would beat the crap out of him. Like, he can't even stand a chance, man.
Now I feel like I need to just, like, hate watch it. Just to get an idea. No, it's not even.
Well, if you want to get an idea of why it's hated, go for it.
Maybe. Green Goblin. So Green Goblin, what is this? Green Goblin. I'm just super excited about Green Goblin. Has a green suit. Dr. Octopus is also wearing green. Sandman's wearing green. Lizard's wearing green. And Electro would have green suit. Why are we talking about green? I must have missed the beginning of the conversation. But I guess, do they all have green on their suit? Maybe.
I didn't see that Lizard was green. I thought he was like kind of blackish.
Yeah, I thought so too.
Like a almost like a Komodo dragon look. Like picking up on that vibe. But it's such a quick shot that part of me is almost like, is that Lizard though?
I know. I feel like I think it's Lizard because that's what I want to see. Do you know what I mean? Like, people say, oh, it's Lizard, and then you look, because I didn't catch it the first time, but then after people said it, went back and look, and I go, I feel like my brain is seeing it because I want to, and because people said it was.
And look, if he's got like a cool black scaly design, they're already better than Amazing Spider-Man 2. Or the first one, I'm sorry. Because that Lizard design was yuck. I'm sorry, Tessa. I apologize.
Your face was so good. Ugh. I gotta like screenshot that later. That was fantastic. I mean, you're not wrong about it.
It's just like the mouth, and I was just like, this ain't right, dog. Like, y'all can update that. Come on now. Electro is gonna look miles better, that's for sure.
Yes, I know. I'm excited for that. Oh, someone says we didn't get Zombie Nat. We were robbed, says David. Well, listen, we might get. I really want a zombie episode every season of What If. That's what I want. That would make me super happy. Zombies are awesome.
They kind of made a little mistake.
What's that? I'm reading the comments. Sorry.
They made a little bit of a mistake. Black Panther came out with the Avengers. So when they were like, oh, they're getting all zombified, I'm like, wait.
Oh,
he pops up later in the episode, but he got attacked. Like, I think they kind of messed that. I think they kind of did that, animated that shot, and maybe forgot about him until later. I don't know.
Because he said Vision came and saved him, so we'd have to go back. I guess I'd have to go back and slow it down and really look and see if he gets like full on attacked, or does he like? But I think maybe that's part of it too. They wanted you to think that.
Yeah, that's true. Because we saw Steve get bit by Ant-Man.
Right.
I mean, having Ant-Man as a zombie. Ooh,
I know. It's crazy.
You can't even see, just bite you and you a zombie.
I know. It's nuts. I know. It's crazy. You can't even defend yourself. I was saying too this is so bad during my reaction. I don't know if you've seen it yet. You know how Wasp is carrying them?
Yeah.
I was like, what if she just turned into a zombie while she's carrying them and was like, home? And just like ate them. Like they were in her hand already. I wouldn't have trusted her to walk me.
When Jeffrey Wright's voiceover comes up over that shit.
And that would have been so funny.
This is what happens when you play with possibilities of the universes.
That's what I want. I want to see a cup that's just like she's carrying them and then she's just like, no. And then it's like over.
Then she just burps and walks away.
Yes.
That's it.
Would be so funny. I was like, why are they trusting this person who's going to turn into a zombie any minute? Carrying them.
Right. It's like she had a cut and she was all laid out on a stretcher. I'm like, how did she just go full size and deliver them just perfectly? It didn't seem like they didn't really address Vision, what he was doing with Wanda. I'm like, y'all should have bum rushed him. Because, I mean, he just was feeding her T'Challa.
I know.
And everybody's like, let's go. Let's hit the planes, guys.
That's in the comics where T'Challa is like, they cut him up. It's crazy. Like it's crazy. Listen, I love that they're taking stuff from the comics because they're so good. But the zombie stuff is so fun, and I hope we get more of it because there's so much you can do. But I did like how they used, like they used an MCU tie to bring it in. Like it was going into the quantum realm. I thought that was super smart. Like that was a good way to kick off the zombie apocalypse or whatever.
Because weren't you kind of curious as to how like the zombies started?
Yeah.
It was like, oh, how are they gonna do this? And that was just a quick 2-minute little they went into the quantum realm and she was a zombie. Oh, awesome.
I know. And the way she attacked, I was like, wow. Oh boy, someone's in here. Let's it's the worst when you try to do it on here because it takes forever. I feel like as it moves, you have to like stop it. Let's see. All right, I think I got them. Maybe. I don't know. There was another comment I saw earlier. Now it just scrolled way down because of that person. I'm like, I can't see it. I don't remember. Someone was talking about SpiderMan. Oh, here it was. Yes. This is such a good comparison because you're exactly right. Leo. That was because Killer Croc was bad too.
I really don't think they should do no more lizards, crocodiles. Like
you just don't do anything that looks like that. Oh, Emma Stone as Spider-Gwen. Listen, so here's the thing. I'm going to be honest. I was bummed when they canceled Andrew Garfield's third one because I would have liked to see him get his final part of his trilogy. And I was not mad about Gwen like I wasn't mad about that whole thing because that's straight out of the comics when he catches her and kills her. And I thought it was done really well. And so many people hated that. And I was like, from the
I like the interpretation in the comics where it's kind of like a heady, like almost did Goblin kill her before he threw her off? Did Spidey kill her with the adrenaline? They kind of solidified that in this movie, which is fine. Yeah. But like when she died and it was just like, I was kind of like,
I know, it was like, so
dark.
God. But I love dark stuff. So for me, I was like, oh yes. And so then I was bummed we didn't get more because I really would have liked to see him have to deal with that. Because we didn't get enough of him dealing with it in that end of that movie. You know what I mean? Like I would have liked to see really where it goes. As long as he doesn't,
ask you,
dance around like a weirdo like Tobey Maguire did.
Let me ask you, would you have been cool with Shailene Woodley being Mary Jane? I don't know about that.
I don't know.
Like, ooh, that was weird.
That was weird. That was it's so crazy because I feel like sometimes people like a movie can have like half the cast be really good and half the cast you're like, what are they doing? Like, can't you just be all good? Can't they all be good choices and move forward with all good choices? Well, I think the current Spider-Man is pretty good. Yeah, she was great.
Oh, wait, who's your favorite Spidey?
My favorite my favorite Spidey or my favorite collective Spider-Man / Peter Parker.
Okay.
Because that's different.
Okay, look, we'll do favorite Spidey and then favorite collective.
Okay, so my favorite Spidey is gonna be Andrew Garfield. I know. It just as Spider-Man. I think he's but again, I really wish I had gotten that final chapter and things could change totally. favorite collective. Like, I think Tom Holland does a really great job at being both Peter Parker and Spider-Man. I really do. And I think Tobey was a good Peter Parker, but a horrible Spider-Man. And I think Andrew Garfield could not pull off Peter Parker if he tried. Like, he was not dorky enough. It was just not even a good, I don't know.
He's a cool skater boy, is that now?
It was weird. It was so weird. And I like Tom Holland. I think he's just the perfect Spider-Man Peter Parker combination, I think.
Yeah. Oh, easily.
And I'm excited to see this next one because I'm curious what's going to happen here.
I wish Tobey had room to do more of the quips. Like, it seems like that's one thing Raimi didn't really pull over is like Spider-Man being like super funny and quippy and stuff. And he did. Right. He does. He's like, come on, Gobby. Like, that's kind of like the Spidey stuff, but he didn't really get to do that in 2. And
I know.
In 3, it focused so much on Venom and all this stuff. It was like,
3 was a mess. I don't know what was up with that. Maybe that's partly why I like the movie, like the Venom movie so much, because I was like, this feels like a way better Venom than we got before.
I'm going to be honest. I like 3 better than I liked either Amazing Spider-Man movie, though.
Did you?
Yeah.
Even with that dance scene? That's in 3, isn't it? It is in 3.
I put 1 and 2 at the last 2 for Spider-Man movies.
3 is, I think, my worst. I can't stand that one.
Bottom 3 is those 3 movies. It's just
that's fair. That's a fair. For me, my favorite Spider-Man though is Into the Spider-Verse. If you're including that, I love that movie so much. It might change with No Way Home, but that's my favorite. Okay. Don't you love that movie?
Yeah. Oh my God. Well, I love Into the Spider-Verse.
Okay.
Like, it is easily 1A, 1B for me, but I'm always Spider-Man 2 is my top.
Okay.
Into the Spider-Verse, close second. Like, it's like
Into the Spider-Verse is so good because we got so many versions of Spider-Man. First of all, like, we got the Spider-Ham, we got Noir Spider-Man, which was so good. And then, but the way it felt like it was literally ripped from the pages of a comic book. You know what I mean?
The animation was
world
class. And
so
it was legendary. I mean, I would even say there are like animated movies that changed the whole course of animation. That was one of them, I believe.
Yeah.
And I love that they're animated every other frame. So you get this kind of jittery, like staticky like effect in the character movements and interactions. It feels like a comic book. It feels like that's how a comic would be when it was brought to life. So they did an incredible job. And I love Miles jumping off the building. Like
that's a beautiful shot.
Scene. Yes. That was incredible. Like I really want to see Miles live action though.
I feel like we have to, right?
We gotta.
Could it be? I don't know if No Way Home would be. I mean, that feels like a great spot.
I mean, it looks like he was running through that lunchroom that's in the Spider-Man game.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, is this the Prowler's like front for his little evil operations and Miles is working there? They could totally do that in No Way Home. It doesn't have to be an elaborated story. Just a stop by. Yeah. Hi, I'm Miles. They meet.
Oh, see, you're getting my hopes up because I really want Miles in.
Me too.
And then that'd be just a great stepping stone to have like Miles have his own thing. You know, you introduce him a little bit and then he has his own thing later. Ooh, now I'm getting excited, Leo.
I have a theory. And I know people disagree with this, but my theory is that they will introduce Miles and the post-credit of No Way Home will be him getting bit. And then he will be the Spider-Man of the SPUMC because I'm sorry, Disney's not letting go of Tom Holland.
No way.
They're not going to just let him go without fighting that battle because and I believe it will, if No Way Home makes $1 billion, that's 2 MCU Spider-Man movies that made $1 billion. Far From Home and No Way Home. They're not letting go of Tom.
Yeah, there's no way.
Say no. We're bringing him back for 3 more. So Sony, you can get a bigger cut, whatever. We need him back.
Right.
And then they can have Miles for their Spider-Man, which I think would work out. You can't have these SPNs and or whatever without Spider-Man. Come on.
I know. I agree with you. Yeah. No, that would be really good. And that's a great way to bring in Miles. Ooh, now I'm excited. Okay. I hope your theory is right. All right. On that note, guys, we are coming up on an hour. I've got so much stuff to do. I just reacted to Titans episode 7. I have to edit that for tomorrow. Have you watched it yet?
Not yet. I'm watching a little later and reacting.
All
I'm
right.
so excited.
I can't wait for your thoughts on it. It's I will tell you, just based off of 6, what I said was I'm getting a little nervous that they keep bringing in these more characters.
Oh no.
You know, because they brought Lady Vic in last episode, and I'm like, why do you keep bringing in people? But I feel like they're hopefully going to rein it in. I hope
they got to stop with this because we've still got the Blackfire stuff's kind of settling down, but we still got Raven and
yeah.
Donna.
Where even is Raven? We haven't even seen her yet.
We still got Raven and Donna. We still got Tim, and who was addressed in the last episode. I'm like, this was actually a great way to hook him back in the story. But we still got Tim. Are they bringing Batman back? Like, there's just so much. The Scarecrow's got a plan going on, which actually sounded pretty cool. I'm interested in him and Red Hood and kind of a little bit of a little civil war going on in those operations.
Yes.
But I'm like, stop introducing so many people. Like,
well, because like the season's finally like this season is way better than the other 2, and then they're gonna like mess it up, and please don't mess it up. That's my thought. It's the same with Stargirl. I know you haven't started this season yet, have you? They just keep bringing more people in, and you're like, what are you trying to do? Like, you only have a 40-minute show. Why do you keep introducing these people? At this point, you're gonna get like 2 minutes per character. Like, what are you doing? It's crazy.
Yeah, it's concerning.
It's concerning. Anyways, guys, stay tuned for that reaction. I'm going to edit it. It should be up at 3 a.m. tomorrow. Fingers crossed. Who knows how long it will take me to edit. These are getting worse and worse, I swear. Leo, before we go, why don't you let everyone know where to find you and what you got coming up?
And come on over to youtube.com. Type in Geekly Goods on that search bar and you'll find me. Coming up, if I can get it uploaded, What If Episode 5 will be dropping today. And then I've got a review for Kate dropping tomorrow and Titans Season 3 episode. We're on 7 now. Yeah, 7.
Yeah, 7.
Episode 7. So I've got those coming up. And then, follow me on Twitter at Leo_Rydell. And then Leo.Rydell on Instagram and TikTok.
Awesome. Well, thank you for joining me today. This was super fun. And thank you all who came to watch. And like I said, I'll have that Titans one up for you guys tomorrow. I got a ton of reactions to drop today because they just kept dropping trailers like crazy. And tomorrow morning, the Matrix trailer.
The Matrix. Oh, yeah. Oh,
so,
my God. Yeah.
Yes. So I know Leo will be reacting to that as well. So be sure to head over to his channel and check that out as well. And I will see you guys later.